I still own DVDs the way I still own paperback books. There was just something so magical about holding your favorite items rather than seeing them on screen.
I don't have anything against Mandy Moore, but I'm not a fan of maudlin or melodrama.
Alex shrugged off his blazer and draped it over the back of the couch. His shirt stretched across his broad shoulders, and the top 2 buttons were undone, revealing a sliver of his chest and sexy collarbones. I hadn't thought collarbones could be sexy, but here we were. I swallowed hard. It is not maudlin or melodrama. It's romantic.
Doesn't she die in the end?
Way to spoil it, I grumbled. He shot me a disbelieving look.
You've already watched it.
But have you?
I know what happens.
Shh. I nudged his leg with my foot. Movie starting. He sighed. I loved A Walk to Remember, but I snuck peeks at Alex throughout the film, hoping to catch some sort of reaction. None. Nada. Zilch. Even during Jamie and Landon's wedding. How are you not crying? I demanded, brushing away my tears with the back of my hand after the end credits rolled. This movie is so sad.
It's fiction.
Alex grimaced.
Stop crying.
I can't stop when I feel like it. It's a biological reaction.
Biological reactions can be mastered.
I couldn't resist. I scooted closer to him on the couch and pushed his shoulders forward so I could run my palm down his back. His muscles bunched beneath my touch.
What?
He said in a tight, controlled voice.
Are you doing?
I'm searching for your control panel. I patted his back, trying and failing not to notice the sculpted contours of his muscles. I'd never seen Alex shirtless, but I imagined it was glorious. You must be a robot. I received a stony glare in response. See? Robot. Do you have to swap out your batteries, or are you rechargeable? I teased. Should I call you R2D? I yelped when he grabbed my arm and spun me around until I straddled one of his legs. My blood roared in my ears as he tightened his grip on my wrist. Not enough to hurt, but enough to warn me he could easily break me if he wanted. Our eyes locked, and the roaring intensified. Beneath those jade pools of ice, I glimpsed a spark of something that sent heat curling through my stomach. The mysterious spark crystallized into anger.
This is why Josh was so worried about you. You are trusting to a fault.
He leaned forward a fraction of an inch, and it was all I could do not to lean back. Alex's presence crackled with coiled energy, and I had the unnerving sense that beneath all that ice lay a volcano waiting to erupt, and God help whoever was around when that happened.
Don't try to humanize me. I'm not a tortured hero from one of your romantic fantasies. You have no idea what I'm capable of. And just because I promised Josh I'd look after you, doesn't mean I can protect you from yourself and your bleeding heart.
Pink blossomed on my face and chest. I was torn between fear and fury. Fear of that hard, unyielding look in his eyes. Fury over how he spoke to me like I was a naive child who couldn't tie her shoelaces without hurting herself. This seems like an overreaction to a simple joke, I said, my jaw tight. I'm sorry I touched you without permission, but you could have told me to stop instead of giving me an entire speech about how you think I'm a helpless idiot. His nostrils flared.
I don't think you're a helpless idiot.
My anger edged out my fear. Yes, you do. You and Josh both. You always say you want to protect me, like I'm not a grown woman who's perfectly capable of handling herself. Just because I see the good in people doesn't mean I'm an idiot. I think optimism is a good trait, and I feel sorry for people who go through life believing the worst of others.
That's because they've seen the worst.
People see what they want to see, I countered. Are there awful people in the world? Yes. Do awful things happen? Yes. But wonderful people exist and wonderful things happen too. And if you focus too much on the negative, you miss all of the positive. Utter silence, made all the more awkward by the fact that I was still straddling Alex's leg. I was sure he would yell at me, but to my shock, Alex's face relaxed into a hint of a smile. His fingers grazed the small of my back, and I almost jumped out of my skin.
Those rose-tinted glasses look good on you, sunshine.
Sunshine? I was sure he meant that mockingly, but the butterflies in my stomach stirred to life anyway, fanning away my anger. Traitors.